today I'm going to talk to you about how to remove stolen content from social media. But before I do that, briefly, I'm going to talk to you about two different types of content thieves. One is a little bit more benign and casual. The other one is more serious and dangerous. And the reason why they're dangerous is because they're making money off of your content and you're not seeing a penny of it. And then finally, I'm going to talk to you about a way that you can legitimately have a compilation channel that doesn't violate other people's rights. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. Hi, this is JJ Gat. So really quickly, if you're new here, I am the content creator attorney. I help fellow content creators as a lawyer understand the rules related to the creator economy and social media generally. So if you're interested in that, I want to invite you to subscribe. So let's get right to it. So two different types of content thieves. The casual content thief is, you're not really stealing content. Essentially, you are within the bounds and what's allowed on social media. You are taking someone's content that they posted on their social media and perhaps taking it to the other platform. And the way that you should do this legitimately is all the platforms, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, have a means whereby, so long as the creator has activated and checked off and let you do this, that you download someone's content. Now, in the terms of service in all of those platforms say that you have to make sure that the handle of the creator and the platform, perhaps their little TikTok logo, travels when you download that content. The reason why is because then if someone were to see it on another platform, they know the original source, they know the original creator, they know where they can see the original source. So that's the legitimate way that you do it. Now, there are casual content borrowers who don't do that. What they use is screen scrapers, or they may use certain apps, or they may just screen record someone else's content so it does not include their watermark and their handle. Now, why would someone who doesn't have ill intent do that? Three reasons. The first reason is perhaps they're going to say something bad about the content, and so they don't want to get back to the original content creator that they're bad mouthing their content. A second reason why people may do that is because they don't know that that's not a great thing to do. They're not aware that by doing that, they're essentially robbing the ability for their followers, their subscribers, their audience to learn about the original content creator. And third, I think there is also a school of people who pride themselves on being a curator, content curator, which is different from creator. Like, they want people to know that they're the source to get information, and they don't want people going to find it themselves other places. So that's their thing. And there's nothing wrong with that. And most of those folks are usually casual. They're not making a lot of money off of it. So for the most part, we leave them and let them do what they do. Now, the other type of content thief that we should worry about, they're more malicious, because when they scrape off people's content, they have no intention of giving them credit. And what they want to do is build up a large audience based on the fact that they are curating the best hairstyles, the best memes, the best dance challenges, the best makeup tutorials. And there's a role for content curators, for content compilation channels, is because if I wanted to make, healthy meals, it would take me forever scrolling through to find great meals. Not everyone can execute a dance routine a great way. So these compilation channels find the best of the best, and I enjoy them, and I know you enjoy going to compilation channels because they do the work for us. So there's a role to play in curation compilation channel. They actually have a place in the creator economy, but they should do it right. So here's the right way to have a compilation channel where you do not violate other people's intellectual property rights. And by intellectual property, I mean anything that you come up with off of your head is your idea, whether it is a trade secret, a trademark, a logo, a design, a script, a movie, graphics, some way of speaking, anything that you do, your video production, anything you do that you come out with on your own, that's your intellectual property. Intellect come out of your brain, your noggin. So that's you. You have the right to display it, to distribute it, to decide who gets to use it, who decides who can't use it, and where it goes, what platforms, how to make money. That's your intellectual property. Now, how do you legitimately have a compilation channel with other people's content? Here's what you do. The first way is just to ask copyright violations when you take someone's content without advance permission and you post it on your own platform. So if you have a compilation channel and you see these, great content from other people, you can DM them, you can ask people, hey, I have a compilation channel. Can I put your content on my channel? In some cases, a compilation channel that's grown large enough, that has a huge audience, huge, people would actually don't mind being on their channel. Why? Because they have a large audience. It's a great way to get exposed. It's a great way to advance your own brand and get more people to come back to your original channel and you to profit or even monetize or even grow off of being on these channels. So if you have a compilation channel and you ask and you think about it, famously, news outlets, because of, they have different standards and ethics, are not allowed to just take content off of social media and place it on their content because they know they're aware of copyrights. And so they would ask permission and people will say, yeah, sure, you go ahead. And that's why you would see other people's content on news channel, for example, because they ask. So if you have a compilation channel and you have a policy and practice where you ask for the content to be on your channel, then you can legitimately have one. Even if someone were to challenge you or if the platform were to question it, you can easily show proof that you actually asked.
A second way to use other people's content is through the various different fair use exceptions. So I talked about this in past videos. So instead of doing it over here, I'm just going to share clips from that old video.
The U.S. laws also allow people to use your content without your permission within certain exceptions. That's what's called fair use. They usually include stuff like scholarly research for newspapers to critique, commentary, satire. Now, that's an old law. And in this digital era, as you can imagine, in the era of twitching and streaming and YouTube, reaction channel is a big thing. Very, very popular when they take other people's content and react to them. However, I think it's protected. And in fact, not only is it protected, the social media platforms actually have features embedded within each of them to allow people to react. So yes, you have people who independently do their own production outside of the apps for reactions, but the apps actually are conduits for reactions. So let's talk about the various different ways that you can react to other people's content. 3 ways on the social media platforms enable you to fairly use other people's content. A lot of the apps, Instagram, for example, allows a sort of stitching sort of situation. TikTok, and then YouTube Shorts. Essentially is when you're taking up to 15 seconds of someone else's content and immediately afterwards is your reactions. Sometimes people do their reactions first and they say, watch this, here's my reaction, this is what I think about it, here's what I'm talking about. Now that's squarely within the fair use because it's critique, it's commentary, and without it, it leaves the user kind of baffled. Recently, I followed a financial channel called The Financial Diet, and they did a shorts and they were talking about something that they saw on TikTok, but they didn't include it. So in the comment section, I was confused, looking to see if they had actually linked the video that they're referencing, but they didn't. And me and other people in the comment section were like, what's going on? What are you talking about? So that's why you actually absolutely need the content that someone else has created in order for you to critique or do commentary or give your opinion on it. And a popular case, a court says you need the clips in order to get the context. So that's definitely square one. Now, there's another way apps let you comment on other people's content, and that's usually by doing what TikTok calls a duet, a different name under Instagram, and it's also, you can do it recently under Shorts as well. So essentially, that's like a side-by-side or top and bottom, where the original content would play on one side and your reaction to it would play on the other side. Now, some people would say that that's not. I've done it, so I'm going to show you an example of me doing that here.
If you post frequently on Instagram, you're trying to be an influencer. If you stop posting, you're falling off. If your account is kept on private, you're trying to be mysterious. If you have a public account, you're seeking attention. If you post all time.
And one of the comments I got under one of the times I've done it was like, that's not reaction.
I'm going to pause here to share a Cornell article about fair use, which says that reaction includes the emotional response and facial expression. So yes, you don't have to speak in order to have a reaction channel and to be doing reactions are enough. Also,
reaction channels is a niche. There's an audience for people who love to see other people's reactions. My husband is an avid fan of reaction channels. He loves when someone who's Gen Z or younger falls in love or hears for the first time music that he grew up with. He loves their reactions. So even the reaction doesn't include sound, because in YouTube Shorts, for example, now I can have the feature, you can actually mute yourself. So it's just your facial features and all of 100% of the sound and audio is coming from the original content. That is actually fair use. That is an actual critique. My features, responding to it, makes it a different piece of work. YouTube and other platforms also have the top bottom. So sometimes people would do a dance where the top would be the original music video and below would be someone's interpretation of the dance. That is absolutely a reaction because it's not the same as the original content. It's transformative because you're showing a reaction. So that squarely falls within fair use, in my opinion. I think you'll be clear. And then there's the final way. I mentioned reaction channels, music videos. A lot of times people reacting to music videos. horror movies, or even soccer games. And they would play a bit and piece of it. Now, people who do those type of reaction channels do get in trouble because a lot of times YouTube has a licensing sort of system where the owners of various different popular content, like the television, movie studios, and the recording studios, can upload their body and volumes of work, and it automatically detects when it's being used, and then it'll have a claim. So the folks, sometimes it'll block it. Sometimes the original creators will block the content. So there's a lot of work that has to be done for reaction channels to do that type of content to get their videos gone through. But I believe most of them can or should be able to get over that hurdle. I think it falls squarely within the fair use exception. I'm going to pause here to say that reaction channels are different than the original content, and it requires a separate set of skills in order to get audiences to come and tune in each week. So they are a unique niche. Actual court cases about this where the judges said that it's hard for the original content creator to prove that the reaction channel took money away from them, and they have to prove that. And that was actually a subject of a tweet recently, and someone responded to a tweet essentially saying the same thing that a judge is like, you can't prove that you would have gotten money the reaction channel got or the views. It's kind of hard to prove. Now, how do compilation channels who are not doing this legal way or the right way, how do they make money off of your content, and why does that piss you off? They make money off your content likely if they're just taking someone's content and they're just slapping it on their channel or their account without doing anything to it. They won't qualify for the YouTube Partner Program, for example, or they won't qualify for TikTok or Instagram Creative Rewards because those programs are manually reviewed by someone at those platforms, and it doesn't take long for those platform, whoever's reviewing it, to realize, oh, this person is just repurposing other people's content, and they don't get on those, they won't qualify. So what they do is they grow a large enough following that they can either start promoting their own products and services to that large following. Two, they can sell access. So a sponsor or brands may say, hey, you have this large audience. There's a synergies in terms of what we sell, what your market wants, and what your market looking like. So let's put ads on that. So they will sell ads. Or they may just put a link in the bio to something related, something not related. But all those eyeballs, at some point, some people are going to click the link and see what they have going on. And so that is how compilation channels that are violating other people's intellectual property, who cannot qualify for the YouTube Partner Program or other creator programs because they're just repurposing other people's content. That's how they make money, and that's what pisses people off. So don't do it that way, because at some point, for the YouTube Partner Program, for example, for YouTube, for example, if 3 people whose content you're using issue a copyright strike against you, YouTube can actually bring down your entire channel because it's 3 strikes or you're out. So it's a risk for having those channels. Do people have them? Of course they do. Are they taking a risk of being sued, having their channels come down, having something else bad happen to them? Of course, but people take the risk because they're making money. There's money to be made. So I hope that's clear. So now I'm going to show you how to remove content from YouTube, from Instagram, and for TikTok. Fortunately, all of these platforms have actual forms that you can easily just fill out, and you can, some of the forms ask you to show your original content and show the content of the link for where the person's stealing, to show that it's subsequent, and you're good and golden. Now, in some instances, you may come across where the person stole your content from another platform and put it on YouTube, for example, first. So when YouTube gets it, it looks like you're the thief. You know, they're giving you a flag because this content is repurposed, but it's your content stolen from another platform. In which case, again, you just have to have your proof from the other platform that it's your content and you had it first. But eventually, hopefully, ideally, you'll get the content will come down. So here's how you do it. So for Instagram, you hit the 3 buttons on the video that you want to report, and then you scroll all the way down till you get to intellectual property. That's going to bring up a new page, an invitation to go to Account Center. It's going to take you to the Account Center page, and there's explanation of various different violations. You click this link, that's going to take you to a separate page where there's a form. Say whether it's you're doing it on behalf of yourself or someone else, if you're an agency. And then here you put in all the various different information, the URLs, the descriptions, the jurisdiction, so they know what state or country you're in. And then you going to have an opportunity to input links, describe the violations, and certify that this is an accurate statement. All the way down through. It's pretty self-explanatory, the form, and then you signature and you submit it. Next up is TikTok. You hit the report button, and then it's going to bring you the screen scroll all the way down to intellectual property down the bottom. Hit intellectual property violations. There are different options. Again, just like the other platforms, they're going to send you to a link to fill out the form. You have to verify your email. Then you open up your email, and there's a link inside your email that then it's going to take you back to the page. You input your email, and then you start the process similar to the other ones where you essentially are just filling out your data and information. There's drop-down menus. Pick which one applies to you. And as you click these various different links, you have the opportunity to input your personal information, including the fact that, you're representing yourself or as an agency. You have to put all the information, your contact information in there. You identify the links. TikTok gives you an opportunity to upload other examples of your content, whether it's on TikTok or some other platforms. Sometimes people take content from Instagram or other places and then they share them on TikTok. So you have the opportunity to include links to wherever those content's being stolen. And you scroll down. It's a pretty lengthy document, but for the most part, it gives you an opportunity to just tell your story, what happened. And then in the end, you have these certifications to certify that, it's accurate. And then you hit submit. YouTube's is inside YouTube Studio. You hit that C for copyright and then go up there, which is essentially important content theft. And then you have this form that opens up. Similar to the other ones, you indicate your name. You put your private information there. There's drop-down menus. There's opportunity to say what type of content that you are reporting. You have the opportunity to put links to the person who's infringing upon you, evidence and proof that you are the original creator. You have to put in your personal contact information, just like with the other forms. And you certify towards the end that it's your content and you have the right and you're not doing this maliciously and everything is legit and copacetic. And then you submit. The hardest part is finding where the forms are. So I hope that was helpful for you. Now, if you like more tips like this, I have a whole channel full of content creator goodies. And I'm going to put right here a playlist of other how-tos for content creators so you can keep learning from me right here.